Boom! Here comes the boom! Here comes the boom! Ready or not. Hello. Please tell me I did the transparent explosion, you know. Today we are going to be doing the Bakugō Katsuki hanging doll. Now if you've seen any of my other videos, you will know that I've already done Deku and Todoroki, and we're finally on my favorite boy. This is the last hanging doll that I have. So if you have any suggestions for which set of dolls I should do next, please comment them and I will get them. Literally anything. Suggest any anime and I will attempt to find the hanging dolls so I can keep doing these. They're very fun. Over the course of doing these, I've gotten better. I've gotten smarter. We're going at the speed of light, I'll tell you. So instead of doing the whole thing in one go like I usually do, I decided to pre-prep everything. In your little package or whatever, your thing, it comes with instructions and a pattern and the fabric pieces that comes with a lot of things. So I thought I would be smart and do the things that take the longest first. I went ahead on my own and pre-cut out all of the pieces because I knew cutting out the paper pieces was going to take a while and I wanted them to be precise, and I always use an X-Acto knife. So I pre-cut out all of the paper pieces, which took a while, and then I decided I was going to pre-cut out all of the fabric pieces as well. Now, each of the paper pattern pieces has its own correlating color fabric, so I made sure that throughout all of this, I would put my paper pieces into kind of like a Ziploc baggie when I was done with it, and then I would do the same as I was cutting out each color of the main fabric piece. Now, of course, I filmed all this, so you're probably watching a top-down view. I mean, I'm still back here. I'm still here, telling you. But yeah, now that all those things were cut out, I was just feeling a little frisky. I got a little frisky. And I decided that I was gonna pre-glue everything too, like a smarty pants. In the other videos, it has taken me way too long to cut all of the pieces out. And by the time I get there, I've already lost all my energy for the rest of the video. I'm dead, I'm dying, I'm empty. That's why I pre-did everything, and I keep forgetting that it asks you to use fabric glue, and fabric glue takes 4 hours to dry. I took out specifically all of the pieces that I knew had to be glued together. We are done sewing the hair together. Done. I was gonna glue everything, not touch it, and actually let it properly dry. That way, today, I got dressed up. Now that all that stuff is pre-glued together, we're all set. We're ready to go. We can jump right in, and this video probably won't take as long as it usually does. I'm usually sitting here for like a good 4 hours, but I don't have time for that. Screw you. Hi, puppy. Hey. Of course, I didn't forget to set up the top-down camera. In the last video, we had an issue where the cord was in the entire
Has this been here the whole time?
Ooh. So instead, the top-down camera is on my desk, and we're over here. So, don't be afraid that you'll miss something. Right here. You can kind of see my hand. By far, he is the cutest. I mean, look at him. He has an extra tuft of hair on the top of his head right here. Why is that so adorable? I can't remember which order I do things in, but we're a little different every time, so whatever. We're gonna start off by sewing the two little pants pieces together and stuffing them with stuffing. These are the two little pants pieces. That's a bag of stuffing, and I have 2 pins to help put the stuffing on the inside. Now, these little packets come with their own things of thread. They always give you way more thread than you'll need. So what I'm doing is I'm kind of threading over it. I thought about going in and out on the side, but I still just thread and then loop around and then keep going. that's pretty much how I'm going to be sewing everything. It's just the same weird thread around way. I wonder if they have bigger hanging dolls. Because, like, these are really tiny, and I've been thinking about cutting out, like, bigger pieces out of the patterns that they give you, but I'm always afraid of messing it up, like, not scaling it up right. It's very awkwardly dark in here. I have my light turned up, and, like, one of the curtains open over there, so when I lean forward, I actually hit daylight. So, hi! So now that we've looped all the way around, it's time to lightly stuff it. I left the top opening of the pants open, so right there. It seems to be like less is more, but of course you want to stuff it so much. Like, your first instinct is to stuff it as much as you can. I think I'm going to attempt to stuff it. I've been stuffing them less than the last as I go. I mean, Bakugō is my favorite character. I had to save the best for last, and I gotta make sure he looks the best out of all of the ones I've made. Oh, the legs are stuffed. He is very thin, but there's stuffing in them. Now it is time to close up the top. That little opening, we're just gonna close everything. And we've got legs! Oh my gosh, look how tiny they are. It's little leggies. Ah. Now that the little leggies are done, it is time for the body. Now this body piece has 2 arms and then the head top and then the part that connects to the legs. We're gonna start at this weird little top point right between the arm and the neck. So that's gonna be right here. Now it's because you basically like glue the neck to the back of the head. They never really make it clear. They're just like, yep, and it's attached. So this body piece is kind of like a hit or miss, right? Because once you're done, it's really like, will it fit over? Will the uniform fit over? Because of course, like, you look at it from the top end, after you cut out all the pieces, it looks like the uniform is gonna slip perfectly over the body. But after you stuff it, if you stuff it too much, then it's kind of a fail. This time, after I sew the arms shut, I'm going to attempt to stuff it way less. Almost a little less than I stuffed the legs. That way the uniform is guaranteed to fit over it, because I absolutely hate when it doesn't. So now that I'm at this stage, I have one arm done and the bottom done. I'm going to stuff one of the arms first. That way it'll make it easier for me to stuff the other one before this opening is like completely closed. There we go. It's kind of hard to see, but just a little bit of stuffing into that arm. See, now that I pre-cut everything out, I'm having a lot more fun than I had before. While I was cutting everything out, I was watching stuff on Hulu and YouTube and listening to music. But like, I'm so content. I have so much time to do whatever I want today. The arms are all sewn, and we're just going to attempt to stuff the other arm. Hopefully it won't be as tough, and we have to stuff, you know, the bottom of the body, of course. So, as you can see, now these 2 pieces, we have to connect them. So, instead of gluing it like I was instructed to last time, which kind of failed, I'm going to pre-sew them before I even sew on the uniform. I don't think I've mentioned this yet. A part of the fault is definitely on me when it comes to sewing because I use double layers of thread. I put the thread in through the needle and then pull it all the way and then tie both of the ends together. That way it's 2 instead of just 1. What we're gonna do is we're gonna like awkwardly sew them together through that top part. So just like that. See, now they're attached, kind of. So as you can see, this is kind of like a very weird haphazard stitch sewing the 2 together. But if I remember correctly, the uniform pretty much covers that spot up. Look at him. Look at him. Ah! The body pieces are 1 front uniform piece and then 1 back piece. What we're going to do is we're going to sew the top 2 arm parts down, and then we're basically going to slip his body into it and then sew the sides shut. So there is 2 pieces that I didn't glue on. They are these green pieces that go along the wrists of the uniform. So we're going to sew them on now and leave the opening part for the bottom. So basically, you see that little green thing right here? That is these 2 strips that I cut out. So now that I have sewn this much into the top of the arm, I'm going to take the green piece, take the green piece, and fold it over. Now it obviously runs longer than the gray, so I'm going to push it as far as it goes and basically sew it down, and then there will still be an opening for the body. So I'm going to sew right to the gray and then tie it off on the inside. So now that that is sewn on there, it's time to do the top of the other side and the green part as well. Now we are going to slip the body into the uniform. This is the hard part. So now we're here. Now all you gotta do is make sure that this fits. Okay. 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 All right, his body's in the thing. Now, we just have to close these parts right here, and then his body will be completely done. I'm so afraid of failing right now. His body could just explode right now. Just none of the fabric glue is ripped off yet. This is a plus. This is a plus. Nothing's falling apart. His body is absolutely perfect. Oh my god, and you can't see his underarm. Oh, he's good, he's good, he's good. He's perfect. He's beautiful. Oh, look at him. Look how lovely he is. He's so lovely. There it is. There it is. We've done it. We've done it. We've done the impossible. We've done the unthinkable. It's finally here. The perfect body. Perfect body. Look at him. Oh my gosh, he's pristine. Everything glued, so lovely. The next step is his heckin' face. Now the eyebrows do have to be glued down, but his hair ends up covering it, so we're gonna glue it down and probably set it aside for not as long as I should be. That's his face. That's his little face. And this is what we're trying to create. Alright, I have now accumulated like 5 pins that I've found. And I want to walk back down the stairs. I look through, I always do 1. And you know what? I've changed my mind. We're going to do 2 this time and give him some thick eyeliner. I take all of the pins and I basically poke them into the spots where the eyes definitely are going to be. That way it pokes right back into the fabric. So I put them all on all of the points. Now I know this is a weird way of doing this, but this helps me make sure I know that I'm going point to point, and yeah. So I kind of like, from there, lightly lift away the paper from the fabric, and there's like a little gap. It's that little gap that I kind of work into, and I attempt to go into the hole that the pin had created. And now boom. We've got an eye. 1 eye done. So now we're going to do the exact same thing to the other eye, and hopefully no bad things happen and both of the eyes come out even. And if you don't want to keep the pins in, there's actually another little trick. After you poke through the fabric, if you hold it up to the light, you can pretty much see where your hole is. I mean, as long as you didn't poke any other random holes through it, it's kind of obvious where to poke through next. Here's what the close-up of the eyes look like. And I think they came out amazing. Amazing. They look a lot better than the others have so far. His eyes are nice and thick. You can actually see them. So that's his little face. His mouth looks very angry, but his eyes, they're just so beautiful. I am going to be gluing on the eyes and the eyebrows and leaving this for probably an hour or so until it is dry. Don't worry, I'll be back. I'll always be here for you. It's okay. Here's his little tiny face and his little eyes and his little eyebrows. So we're going to glue it down, and we're also going to cut out, finally, little shiny spots for his eyes. There's his face. There's his tiny face. Oh, there it is. Okay, his eyebrows are on there. He's drying. He's thinking about his life. He's totally okay. Before anything, we're gonna attach the keychain to the back of his head. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we've done it. A successful keychain tied to the back of his head and not tied through the front. There it is. An actual keychain. Oh my goodness. Smack in the middle. Look at his hair. Look at his glorious, beautiful hair floating, flying even, swarming. Oh, I tossed it. For the time being, there is nothing to do until this dries. I am gonna have to use more glue. What I really wanna do is put glue on the top of the head and just kind of, you know, and I'm hoping that'll be the best option. So, like I said, I will be back when the glue dries, which will probably be like in a second. I haven't mentioned this yet. These, I had these on the back. I took them off to sit down. I painted these. I painted them while I was Twitch streaming just for this. Just for this. My outfits for these things have been getting more and more elaborate. I won't be satisfied until I'm fully cosplaying the character that I'm making. The sun has totally left. It's gone. I opened the curtain back up and there's absolutely no light. It was bright in here and now there's nothing. Now the head is basically these front and back pieces, these two ears, and while we're doing that, we're actually going to be sewing the neck to the head part. In the in the instructions, it tells you to glue the ears to the back of the head and then to glue the body to the head. That's okay. We're gonna be sewing it this time and hopefully things turn out just a little bit better than they did before. Okay, so now that I've made it to the first ear, I'm not gonna loop around anymore. Instead, I'm gonna go like this instead of going around. What I'm gonna do is do the same thing I did to the ear and slip this in hopefully the perfect spot and just sew it down the exact same way I did the ear. We're here. This is it. This is the final moment. Not the final moment, sorry. The final stuffing part. Okay, his head is stuffed. His head is stuffed very lightly. It gave him a slight plump. And you know what? I'm happy. So we're gonna close up the top of his head now. So adorable, look. Now we just have to put the hair on his head. This, oh my God. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put fabric glue on him, slip his head in, and then we're gonna wait for him to dry. His hair is flicking up just a little bit, so we're gonna take a little bit of fabric glue and attempt to glue down some of these little mini spots. I'm probably gonna let him dry longer than I did the eyes and the eyebrows because it's the test. That's the thing that's gonna be flipping and whipping around when I flick the keychain, right? Hi, I'm back with a light now because, you know, when 5 p.m. hits, it's nighttime, total darkness. One cat is still here, but I've also accumulated another one. It looks like it's stuck. So what we're gonna set this down and we're gonna do the lift test. The lift test right here. Okay. Oh. Yes! Yes! Trying to be delicate. Look at him! Ah! Isn't he so cute? Look, he's so cute. He's so cute. Yes. Look at how absolutely perfect he is. I can't believe it. I actually broke out my body pillow for this. Okay. I remember getting this at Anime Boston, and I was, of course, ashamed, and Jenny offered to carry it back to the hotel room for me, because I was, like, so awkward about it. And ever since then, he just sits like in the back of any closet, locked away, you know. I can't look at him. He's bothering me now. You know what? He's bothering me. Nope, we're done. I'm about to do a run through of all of them, so just a heads up, you know, spoilers, you know, check out the other videos if you haven't seen them, but let's go through each one because he's clearly the best. We started off with Todoroki. Awkward, weird, we couldn't get the keychain on, the head isn't attached to the body, there's strings everywhere all over him, and his hair isn't even a part of his head. So, you know, first time, kind of a big fail. Second round, Deku, his eyes bulging out of his head. I don't know why he looks cross-eyed, but he does. His head is sewn into the inside up to the top where the keychain is attached in the front so you can see an awkward circle at the top. Not a lot of strings, but his neck is held up by 3 strands. He is a very delicate boy and he just, ooh, we were getting there. Couldn't glue anything on. Very hard. But we've done it. We've reached him. The absolute peak of everything is this boy. This beautiful, lovely boy. How? How did he turn out so incredible? He is so beautiful. And I am just, oh my God, I'm so proud. I'm so proud. Here he is, my best hanging doll to date. He is lovely. He is gorgeous. Oh, he is everything I've ever wanted. He is my favorite character from My Hero Academia, and I'm glad he has turned out the best. You know what? I'm going to hang this somewhere on my wall. I need to find a good spot for this. Thank you so much for watching. By the time you see this video, it will be on the 22nd on a Friday, and I will be streaming. So, come watch. I'll probably be playing Hitman or Attack on Titan, cosplaying as Hanji, so please join me. Like I said at the beginning, if you have any suggestions for any characters or shows that I should make more of these of, please, because I have no more, and he was my last one. I mean, come on, 3rd time's the charm. He's perfect. So again, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a lovely day. Todoroki turned out terrible compared to you. Look at you. Gosh, how can you be so beautiful? Look at them. Look at this. In comparison?